I'm Ricky Muniz from Salinas, California, second year, intending to major in psychology or public health.
I'm an academic counselor here at EOP, and I'm from sunny San Diego.
So some of my hobbies include dancing. So a lot of people don't know this about me, but I like to dance. Like I like to feel the music, and it could be salsa, it could be breakdance, it could be EDM. Like I just like to be out there and just have a good time. I like to go explore a lot, so I like to go to the Berkeley Hills and go hiking whenever I have the opportunity to. Outside of school, I dedicate my time to my fraternity, which would be Phi Lambda Phi and ESFR, Students for Education Reform. And those are organizations that I care about a lot because they are my community at Cal too, as well as EOP.
So when I'm not at work or in the office, I love to cook. I'm on Pinterest all the time, finding like really cheap, easy recipes to do, and then I post my food on Instagram. I'm one of those people. I love working out outdoors, so you might see me running around campus or working out at the track, or I like to go on hikes like the Fire Trail up by Clark Kerr. And I love Beyonce. I'm a Beyonce fan, and so you'll probably hear me playing her music walking past in the hallway, so feel free to stop by and like sing along with me if you want.
I think at this point I still don't know who I really am. So I'm still soul searching. I feel like I have a lot of conflicting personalities coming from where I came from, and then coming to an environment like Berkeley and feeling like I have to be something else and someone else, but also thinking like not to forget where I came from and what I experienced throughout my life. But I think college is where I'm gonna find that, and it's all a process, and I still got time. So I know that question for me, I can't say right now, but I say within the next 2 years I'll get it.
So I think two people that really influenced me into being the person I am today are my parents. So my mom growing up was working probably like 3 jobs at a time sometimes to kind of provide for the family and put us through school. So I always saw my mom as a hard worker and someone who made sacrifices for our family. And I think I really tried to like internalize that as a woman of color, being a first generation and a first generation professional. My dad passed down a lot of really traditional morals and principles, being that he grew up in the South during Jim Crow time. So I think for him, I really gained like the sense of identity of what it means to be a Black person growing up in America, and really being able to kind of meet other people where they're at and able to like validate others' struggles and understandings and how they live in this world. And then the third thing that I think really influences who I try to be in the different spaces I go to is my faith. My faith is really kind of like the pillar of my strength in getting me through some of the toughest moments of my life with like personal things and family, and getting through Cal was a really difficult process. But my faith and my spirituality really saw me through that. And I see that as a connecting point when relating with different other people. So, fun fact, actually, while I was on campus as a student, my sophomore year, I applied to work in EOP as a peer academic counselor. So that was probably my first exposure to the idea of becoming a counselor in terms of like a long-time career. And it was really through like the mentorship, through a lot of the EOP counselors who are still here today, that helped me realize that I wanted to do this for the long run. So I love being able to build relationships with students, supporting them, and just seeing them through graduation and all the fantastic things they end up doing afterwards.
Why I became a PAC? I became a PAC because during my transition here into Cal, during summer bridge, I struggled a lot. I came from a high school that I didn't feel prepared enough. I felt like there was a lot of things I didn't know as to how to be a college student. And I know when I was in summer bridge, my PAC helped me out throughout that transition. And I just wanted to reciprocate that to students, and be that source to them, that support that they may not have coming in and may not have in their time here.
So as an EOP counselor, I also serve as the dedicated academic counselor for the Berkeley Home Scholars Program, which serves current and former foster youth. So I support academic and personal planning, and I also serve as a course instructor for the transitional seminar that they have in the fall semester. I think a big part of what I do as a counselor is specializing in emotion-focused therapy, so helping students kind of process and better understand the range of emotions that they're feeling in some of their transitions while they're here at Cal, and really just creating an authentic space for students to kind of think and reflect and process. I would describe my counseling style as really it depends on the student I'm meeting with and what's coming up for them. So sometimes it might be warm and fuzzy. I'm a big hugger, so I vibe off of like energies and smiles, but I can also kind of like tone some of that down to be more present in the moment with students. I like humor and funniness, so I'll crack a joke here and there. I like, students will keep me up to game on what's new and the new lingo and things like that, so I try to be relatable in that sense. But I try to be as personable as I can while getting to know the students' real stories and struggles along the way.
I think definitely like the most important thing to me would be listening and making sure that I reaffirm what they're saying, because a lot of times students feel like they don't like sharing what they feel because they feel like no one really understands them. And I feel like when I talk to students and I try to listen to them, I try to make sure that I am not judgmental, that I see them as an individual and not for whatever struggles they might be having, and just make sure that whatever they're feeling is, that it's okay for them to feel what they're feeling, and that there's always a way to get help.
So probably the most important thing for me when I'm meeting with a student is just being 100% present and with them in that moment. I think Cal's a really big place, and it can be easy to feel like one of many students or just feel like a number. So whenever a student comes by EOP, I just really want to personalize their experience, make sure they feel cared for, and that they can just be their fullest self in that moment and not feel like they have to wear